We're live. Welcome. Welcome to Master Your Life, a program which will help you do exactly that, master your life. So I want to invite viewers from all over the world. I am Winroy Williams, and I am here to share. Absolutely, that's what I'm here to do. So this particular week, we want to look at mastering your life. And why is this important to you? Well, we all share one thing in common, and that is we all live a life, yes. And more importantly, we live a life that we would want to master aspects of. Absolutely. So whether it is your health, your relationships, your time and your money freedom, whether it is your whatever aspect of life, I know for sure that there are many people across the world who would love to master their life. So let's start with a story, a nursery rhyme more precise. And it goes like this. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. If you see a crocodile, don't forget to scream. Row, row, row your boat gently to the shore. If you see a lion, don't forget to roar. So I start with that nursery rhyme, not at all to suggest that this is my way to put you to sleep, or to suggest that you're a kindergarten, or it's such that I have to share some melodious rhyme or song or tune to keep you awake or happy and calm. In fact, I share that nursery rhyme to wake you up so that you can dream. Now, I'm absolutely sure that you don't see yourself as a kindergarten, not at all. But metaphorically, this nursery rhyme is really there to help us navigate life. We're going to take a look at the word of that nursery rhyme. It says, row, row, row your boat. Who is you? Your boat? Yes, your boat is you. You're the captain of your boat. You need to row your boat. It says gently down the stream. That stream refers to the stream of life. You see, we're all born on a stream, ocean, and we are moving along in our boats of the. And the idea of this nursery rhyme, which, by the way, if you recall, you might have learned when you're probably about 2 years old or before that. And I think it's really a good metaphor to aid us in taking that first step in mastering our life. It speaks about row, and if you think about the row we're speaking about that, the rowing, you use the paddles or the oar that you use to move through the water. Those metaphorically actually refer to your gifts and your talents. So you want to ask yourself, what gifts do you have? What talents do you have? As you row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. And it says, life is but a dream. And that really is a truth, because life is a dream. Because you can dream of anything you want and use your gifts and talents and use your boat on the ocean of life, which is the stream, and move towards it. And that, for me, is metaphorically what that nursery rhyme is saying. It says gently, not forcefully. So you're doing it gently, gently, not in a way that you could become tired, where it's no fun. And what it is that you do in life should be fun. Work should be fun. So much so that it doesn't feel like work. And it says merrily. It means you should be happy doing it, not struggling. And I can tell you about stories of struggle because I know what struggle is. And I'll share before the session is out. It speaks about distractions in the word crocodile. That's my interpretation. It says, if you see a crocodile, don't forget to scream. All it is saying is that there are bumps in the way, there are distractions in the way as you move along that stream of life towards your dream. And you will get distractions. And the truth is, you only will see crocodiles when you take your eyes off the dream. It says scream. Scream for me metaphorically means seek help. There are times you're going to come to a bump in the road, well, in the ocean, in life. And all it is saying is that seek help. Yes, ego can get in the way that you don't feel like you want to seek help. Seek help. It also says, when you get to the shore, you must do what? You must roar. That shore refers to your dream. What it is that you desire in life. That's your dream. That's the goal of why you're doing what you're doing. That's your desire. And when you get to the shore, you'll see the lion. And the lion really represents for me achievement. We will go through life through a series of achievements. So you're going to come to one mountain peak, you have achieved. But then you look and there's another. And there's another. But every lion you come in contact with, which is your achievement, you should celebrate with a roar. And that roar is the celebration. It's the success shout. So metaphorically, that's what that nursery rhyme really means for me. So going back to the main topic, how do you really master your life? Well, I want to share with you 2 ways how you can do that. And the 2 ways actually involves controlling your thoughts. You see, let me share this concept. I believe that everything starts with thought. Everything. In fact, I also believe that everything is created twice. So, for example, this bottle of water from which I drink is a thing. It's in reality. But this bottle of water was once a thought in somebody's mind. And that's why I believe that everything else comes into being. This call that we're doing right now, I dreamt it up in my mind that, how would it feel if I were to go on and do a Facebook Live, an Instagram Live? That would be great. And I thought about it and I felt good about it. And I took action and I got a result. So there you have it. I am saying everything starts with a thought which generates a feeling and causes you to take action which gives a particular result. And the truth is that everything in life goes through that cascade. So if you have a thought, you can move along that cascade through a feeling, then next you take an action, and then next you get a result. Now many people fail because they don't take action. So they feel good, they have great thoughts, they feel good, but inaction still gives a result. And that result in of itself, albeit a result, is not the desired result. So, how do you master your life? How do you get the very thing in your life that you desire? Well, like I said, I'm going to share with you 2 ways you can control your thoughts. Now, for those people who are on, I'd like for you to encourage your friends to join this call. You can do that by sharing the video as it's live. I'd love for you to comment. And I'm just checking in now to see some of the persons who have joined. Hi, Diane. Hi, Christopher. Hi, Simi. Hi, Eleanor. Hello, Artnell, Rowan, Corinne, my wife. She says, yes, coachy. Well, this is my dream. So we talk about thoughts. And how do we master our thoughts? How do we master our life? Well, one way to control your thoughts is actually to interrupt them and replace them. And what does that look like? That really entails paying attention to the language that you use when you communicate with yourself. It means you have to use the language of approach goals rather than avoidance goals. And this calls for a reprogramming of your mind, a reprogramming of the subconscious. Let me tell you what that looks like. So, How many times you hear someone say, you know, I hope it don't rain today, you know. I really hope it don't rain today. What these people actually are asking for or wishing for or are desirous of is a sunny day. That's what they want, a sunny day. But here's what they're asking for. They're asking for what they don't want. So one way to master your thoughts is really to control your thoughts. Control what you put out, and it starts with what you think. So the next time you want a sunny day, I want you to look to the sky and ask for exactly what you want, a sunny day. When you go for avoidance goals, which is what people do, most times the universe, having a great sense of humor, it gives you what it hears. It hears rain because you said you hope it doesn't rain, and it gives you rain. I kid you not, that's the truth. So I want to encourage you, one positive way to ensure that you're mastering what you're thinking is to control those thoughts of yours by interrupting them. The next time you are about to say, you know what, I know what I don't want. No, interrupt that thought. Replace it with the very thought of what you want. So you interrupt and you replace. So that's the very first step in mastering your thoughts. Now, how does that look? When you do that, you're going to get more likely of the result that you want. That's how it looks. Absolutely. The second way, and before I share the second way, let me just encourage everybody who have joined. Again, if you have just joined, you are on a series that I intend to have every Monday night, and it's called Master Your Life. And this particular week, our topic is how to master your life. And I'm actually sharing 2 techniques how you can master your life, which actually starts with mastering your thoughts. And the first technique, which I just shared, is really a very powerful one, very simple but powerful, and it involves interrupting the thought that you're having in the moment and replacing it with a more positive thought. And the example I gave was that if at all you have a thought like this one, you know, I just want to get out of debt. I just want to just clear my debt. If that's how you're thinking, perhaps you will attract more debt. Because like thoughts attract like thoughts. It's like they say, birds of a feather stick together. Yes, it's true. So instead of using an avoidance goal like you want to get out of the debt, you want to use an approach goal. One like, you want to be abundantly wealthy. That's a more positive way to say it. So the next time you want to say you want to be debt-free, how about saying, replace that thought by saying, I want to be abundantly wealthy. Now, there's a very distinct divide between out of debt and being abundantly wealthy. Out of debt means you probably have no money, or you owe no money. But abundantly wealthy means you have a lot of money. If we are thinking in terms of money, that is. I mean, for me, wealth really is way more than money. Wealth is in your mind. Wealth is in your body. We spoke about the fact that we all want to master life. And the truth is, if you don't take care of your body, yes, if you don't take care of your mind, we're going to exist. Because we exist in our minds and we exist in our bodies. And that's the first step that you can use to recognize how important it is to focus on your health. Like before I got on this call, I did some exercises. I'm a little bit tired, but that's good. Because anywhere you're going, any dream you're getting to, you're going to encounter some amount of challenges. Because if life was easy, everybody would have been living their dreams. So dreams are not as easy to accomplish as we would make it. So yes, I shared this nursery rhyme about row, row, row your boat, row it down the stream, gently down the stream. Life is a dream. Yeah, life is a dream, but you have to do the work. And the cascade is always true. Whatever thoughts you're having, they will cascade into a feeling. And the feeling will cascade into you taking action or not taking action. And then you'll get a result. So, what's the next step you could take to master your life. I'm drinking some water. That's a part of mastering your life. I'm taking care of my health. Because if I don't exist properly in my body, I can't share with you. Not at all. I can't. So it's very important to take care of your health. It's very important to take care of your relationships. That's how you master your life. Pay attention to improving your relationships, whether it is with your spouse, whether it is with your children, whether it is with your co-workers. It's very important because that mindset affects everything else. Absolutely. So the second way how you can control your thoughts is actually simple again, but powerful. And this simple way is to turn down their volume. You know, the truth is, you are thinking many thoughts, many of which you are not in control of. It's like you shake a bottle of carbonated beverage and you see bubbles rising from the bottom coming to the top. That's how thoughts just rise and they go and they come and they go. So how do you control those thoughts? Well, you can suppress them. And you suppress them because you're not paying attention to them. Because again, what you focus on gets bigger. Have you ever had a situation where the very thing you're worrying about, you're attracting more of it? Like I can tell you a simple story before I share more about turning down the volume. So many years ago when I was a university student, and this was many years ago actually. So I was about 18. I had just entered university in my first semester. And the thing is, by the end of the first semester, I was out of money. Money to live on a daily basis. I was out of money. Now, this was for the very first time in my life that I experienced being out of money. And out of money felt like the strangest thing in the world. I've never experienced it before. And the thing is, I had an ego. Drinking some water to take care of my health. I had an ego. And my ego simply said to me that, I'm not going to beg anybody anything because, I don't really like beg people things. That's just my ego speaking to me. And to speed up the story, what really happened was that I was out of money to the point that I was going to the classes, and while in the classes, I'm not concentrating. And in not concentrating, I took a decision sometime later that this, needless to say, by the end of the second semester, that continued quite a bit. So I got some supplementals, which means that I nearly failed, and then I failed outright. And the moral of this story that I want to share with you is that what was happening then was not something that was happening to me. I was thinking about it a certain way. So my lack of money, as I perceived it then, was my reason for feeling like, this dream of mine to pursuing university education is going to become thwarted. It's going to be a distraction because of this money, and perhaps, I'm just going to just quit. So I took inaction, which means that I didn't go to class, and the result was that I failed the exams. So I share this story with you because later on, I learned by way of, I would call it inspiration. Yeah. Divine, if you may. I was just sitting down looking at myself like for over an hour. And who does that? Perhaps a madman. But this is true. That's really what I was doing. And it's like this thought came to me. And the thought was one like, you know what? What you're worrying about, worry won't bring more of it. And the thought was like a really powerful one. And then in addition to that thought, it's like I heard this sentence, something like, you're rocking here and you're rocking here and you ain't going anywhere. And in that moment, I had a feeling of freedom. And I stepped outside my room and I felt empowered of sorts. And I looked at the first person I saw and I said, I don't have any money, but I'm not begging you any, by the way. But if you can help me, help me. And the person is like, really? Yeah, sure. And help me. Give me some food, and I was happy again. And then I got empowered to do that more and more and more. And the more I did it, the more help I got. And the more help I got, is the more I was now realizing that the results I was getting was simply because of how I was thinking. So I changed how I was thinking. And that changed everything. Because then I got empowered. And I remember going back to class, and the first day I went to class, the lecturer saw me and he said, "Oh, I haven't seen you for a while. Why is it that you haven't been to class?" And I said, "Well, I don't have any money." And I remember vividly, he said, "But we don't charge you to come in the class. We don't collect at the door." And I laugh, but it's true. So I share that story with you to tell you that you can master your thoughts. And many times we really are put in some situations that it's not that the situation is a problem. The problem is really how we think about the situation or the so-called problem. Yeah? Let me repeat. So many times our problem is really not a problem in of itself. The problem really is how you think about the problem. So if you approach something from a solution mode rather than a problem mode, you're more likely to get to the solution. Yeah? I hope that makes sense. So, like I'm saying, you can turn down the volume as a second way to control your thoughts. And that volume I'm talking about also spreads wide to self-doubt. There are many of us, including myself, who at some point strongly doubt your potential, strongly doubt your gifts and your talents. You know that rowboat situation down the stream? Some of us, we are just so poisoned by our own self-doubt that we're just sitting in the boat and we're doing nothing. We're doing nothing because we doubt ourselves. We doubt that we can row the boat gently down the stream towards that dream, whatever that dreams look like. But many of us also not only doubt, but we fear. So you fear going down that sea, going down that ocean, because you're like, I've never been there before. I've never done that before. I don't think I am able to. And I share this story with you, how fear held me. Fear captivated me. And it's a story where in about 2010, I had to learn to swim. I had slipped disc. And essentially, I went to the orthopedic surgeon and he said to me, "Look, you're in a bad condition. You need to learn to swim." And I'm like, "I can't swim." He said, "Okay, you need medication. You're going to go physio. You're going to learn to swim and you'll be good." And I'm like, "Okay, great stuff. But the swim part, I can't do." Anyway, I decided that I would. Of course, with some amount of fear. But then I decided, and then I learned to swim. That was the easy part. It was not so hard. But then I remember, having now learned to swim, this particular day, the swim coach said to me, "Okay, you're going to jump off at the deep end." Now, this is at the university pool, Mona campus. And the deep end is probably about 15 feet thereabout. And he said, "Look, you're going to dive off." And I'm like, "Dive off? You're mad? Who must dive off in that? That's deep." He said, "Look, man, this is the same water you're swimming from the end that's shallow to the end that's deep." I said, "But it's different." I said, "Okay, I'm going to jump." And then I changed my mind. I was having some thoughts of fear. And one of the fear I was having was that suppose I jump into the water and I drown. Seriously, that was a thought. I had fear. And it took me all of 15 minutes before I decided to jump. But here's what really assisted me in jumping. So let's say fear occupied all of my mind. I chose, and this is about mastering your life again, which is mastering your thoughts. I chose to hold on to one little belief that everything is going to be all right when I jump. Because what's the worst can happen? You put a stick down, and I grab onto the stick and I'm fine. Or I dive down and it hold me. And I held on to that and I dive. And I enjoyed the dive. And I came up alive. Yes, alive. And why I share this story with you is that if I did not turn down the volume of that self and the fear of jumping into that water, I would have denied myself of a dream which I am able to live now. Because right now, I actually look forward to going to water spaces. I look forward to diving into the deep end of water. Like about 2 weeks ago, I remember going to a falls. It was, how was it? Island Gully Falls. And I remember diving into this part, which was like about 35 feet deep. I had no fear, honestly. Well, plus I had on life jacket. Yeah. And the life jacket thing, that too brings fear, because I also remember many years ago, my wife and I, we went to a vacation spot, and I decided I wanted to do this deep sea, not deep sea, this snorkeling thing. Fear is a funny thing, but listen to this story. So back then I couldn't swim. So, I said to my wife, let's go. And she's like, no, she don't want to go. She don't want to go. So I said, I'll go. And we went out into the deep. I went to do this snorkeling thing. I put on my gear. Those things are like flipper, tank, whatever. Not tank, but snorkeling thing. And the floats. But guess what? I didn't do it. I was just saying, boy, the water look deep in Star. Why, I suppose. Honestly, I went back in. I was just fear struck. That was then. That was many years ago. So I'm sharing all of these things with you to let you know that fear really can get a hold of you only if you allow it to. So to master your life is about mastering your thoughts. So there you have it. 2 ways to control your thoughts. 1, interrupt them and replace them with more appropriate thoughts. Yes? And the second way is to turn down the volume on self-doubt and fear. And with that, you're on your way to mastering your life. Now we're almost at the end of this week's call. You see, everything goes fast. Absolutely. I'm going to ask you to take some action. So remember the cascade. You think about something, you feel good, you take action, and then you get a result. So I'd encourage you to take action. I'm going to ask you to, please, visit my Facebook page. Every day I share some motivational, inspirational stuff. My page, Winroy Williams, for those people who are just watching the video, not a friend of mine, you visit my page, it's Winroy O. Williams. I also have a page called PQ, which is actually on my shirt here, the name of the business. Visit as well Instagram. My name there is Winroy Williams. Visit as well Instagram, where I have Peak U Coaching, PEAKU Coaching. I also have a Twitter handle at Winroy Williams. I'd love for you to visit all these pages. View, like, comment, share. I'll be most happy. Asking you to take action. Support me in what I'm doing so I can pour more into what I'm offering you. I'd love for you to visit my website as well. That's winroywilliams.com. And if at all you are of the interest in that you would want further inspiration, motivation, or coaching, if you're interested in coaching, yes, I'd be super delighted to be of service to you as you step into your dream or the higher version of who you are. So as we are about to close, let me just share a few more things with you. I want you to know your mind is still the most powerful tool that you have. Absolutely. And that's one of the reasons why I start this series. I want to empower people. I want people to recognize where their power lies. Your mind is the most powerful tool that you have. All you need to do is keep it sharp. I want to share another thought with you. Like I said earlier, remember this. Like this bottle, all things are created twice. First in the mind and then in reality. Mastering your life is about living at your best in all the domains. So I drink water because I want to nourish my body with water. Offer fluid to keep my body alive. That's about mastering life. It's about relationships. I'd love to build a relationship with you. I'd love for you to communicate with me. How has this benefited you? Or has it benefited you? Or how more could I share, or what more could I share to benefit you? Please comment. Yes, that's me building relationship with you. I'd love that. Okay? So we master our life by first ensuring that we take charge of our thoughts using the most powerful tool, which is our mind. And we use that to achieve everything that we seek to desire. So, in summary, we're about at the end of the program. So this week's session, we looked at how to master your life. I am suggesting that you can change your results by first changing your thought. And two ways you can do that is to control your thoughts by first interrupting them and then replacing them with more desirous thoughts. And the second way is to turn down the volume. Turn down the volume. It's too loud, turn it down. Turn the volume down on your self-doubt and your fear. And before I go, please remember, visit my pages as I had shared earlier. Share this video, comment. I'd be most happy. And I'd like to close by saying that tomorrow's thinking starts today, not tomorrow. Your day starts when you start thinking about it. So until next week, continue to row your boat gently down the stream. Life is but a dream. Continue to master your life. Until next week, take care. I am Winroy Williams.